Hey YouTube, today I wanted to do a part 2 to my how to cross stitch video. So in the first video, if you haven't checked it out, I'll put the link down below. It just kind of walks you through all the materials you'll need to start a cross stitch, as well as the first steps to starting a cross stitch. The only thing I didn't include was how to end your stitch. So today I'm going to be using this whip I have. Whip is work in progress. I just started this. This will be a wedding cross stitch sampler for one of my friends, but I'm gonna go ahead and walk you through, and we're gonna be looking at the back of the cross stitch, and we're gonna be looking at how to end your stitch. There's two different ways, and I will show you both of those ways, so keep watching. So if I'm ready to end my thread, I'm going to have just a little tail, if you can see that. I just have a little tail left. This is a little bit long for ending my thread, but basically about an inch is about the length, or about the length of the needle, so about 2 inches is about all I can really go with a thread. Now I don't need to end my thread at any time, I just end it when I run out of space. The first way to end a thread is I'm going to just stop wherever my last stitch is, and when I flip to the back, I'm going to find the closest row of crosses. So I might end my thread by going ahead and going underneath these row of cross stitches, and then I will just pull through. Now that was only 2 crosses. Hopefully 4 to 6 crosses is a little more secure. So what I like to do is I go back underneath those threads, and I push my needle through, pull through, and then I'm gonna pull completely through. Oops, and sometimes that happens. Sometimes we only get one of the threads, especially when they're short. But I'm gonna pull completely through so that my needle is free now and my end is free. That's the first way, by running it under a row of stitches. And then, so I take 1 ply of thread, I cross them so that now they are 2 ply. And I have a loop at the end. You can see that loop. And what I'm gonna do is thread my needle. And just to secure it extra strong hold, I'm gonna start my needle and I'm gonna catch the end of my last thread. So flipping to the front, just double check my pattern. Good. So I'm going to start right here, pulling it through. And you want to catch the back, so don't pull all the way through. I do top left to bottom right. And what I'm going to do is catch the loop and pull. And now I've secured it. And I'm going to continue on. This is a straight row. And my goal to secure the new thread is to catch the old one. This is just another way to really secure your threads. And notice right now I'm doing half stitches because there was not a large color chunk. It kind of followed a row. So what I like to do is do all the halves and then go back and cross those X's. Again, I do this when there's just a few in each row and it moves in a circular motion. So now as I'm crossing those, I'm going to bring that thread into line, holding it with 1 finger, and I will have a more secure thread because I've not only gone over it through the back of the stitches, but now I have stitched on top of it. So when we look at the back, you will see now I have caught it in another 3 stitches. So it is super secure. The last thing you can do if you are stitching in isolation is just to wrap it over that last thread, pull through, and it will make a tiny knot, and I do it 2 times. This would be if you were stitching 1 stitch at a time. 1 stitch at a time. It doesn't pull on the front. You can't even see it, but it is secure.
Happy stitching!